This is on how to create a blog post and what to do with it. So I'm going to go pretty quickly and I'm going to go in a very succinct order. So on Wix, here's your dashboard. You want to come down to where it says blog, and then you're going to go to, you're going to probably come into this overview page. We're going to say create a new post. I'm using Eric's because Eric needs to start blogging and he needs a recording on how to do it. So we're going to just use his. I'm going to use his smart home technology page on his actual website. I'm just going to copy it over so we're not having to create something new. Oh, just going to make it shorter. We're going to add an image. We're going to say image. Now notice in there when you go to add, you can add a YouTube video, whatever you want. Document, we're just going to add an image real quick. We're going to make sure that we go to settings and add the alternative text, which is a requirement, so don't miss this step. And all we're going to do is describe exactly what's in the image for those that have um, seeing impairments. When they use a reader on the internet, it will read exactly what's in the alternative text to them so they know what's in the image. And we're just going to say mobile phone with smart home app. And then we're going to come underneath here, put in a space, and we're going to copy this section over the content. Oops. Oops. Let me do right click and say paste as plain text. These are numbers. So you can see you have a full editor up here. Just use the editor that you have. And then we're going to just wordsmith. That's an old term, I know. We're going to edit this by putting in our own, some of our own language. You can use AI, but remember AI gets counted down in rankings from Google rankings. Not, and if you're doing a blog, it's really to build SEO as well. So, and to use it to be able to touch your sphere of influence. So we're going to say smart home technology helps your home stand out from the competition and is memorable. It's not only millennials and Gen Ys desiring a home with smart home technology, blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. You get the idea. So we're just going to wordsmith this so we make it more ours and it can't be detected as AI or already existing text. So I'm just going to put in another paragraph right here. So um, All right, so notice I put some name dropping in this paragraph. So now I'm going to, and this is important too, I'm going to highlight the word Lowe's. And I'm going to go click the link. And I'm going to go to Lowe's.com. I'm going to copy that over, copy the URL. And I'm going to say web address, there's the URL. You want it to open in a new tab, hit save. Do the same thing with Home Depot. I just want Home Depot. There we go. We're going to copy that URL, go back to our post, go to the link and paste in the link. Make sure it's open a new tab, hit save. And now we're going to do the same thing for Amazon. And I know this seems weird, but we're going to go to Amazon.com. And let's go ahead and just put in home, smart home devices. Now we can copy this whole thing and put it in. And then that way it takes them directly to the smart home devices. And see this garage door opener that I listed here is my favorite. And by the way, it really is my favorite. You should try it. We're going to go to smart home garage door opener. And that's the Genie, the one that I did. Let's just go ahead and go to it and we can copy that URL and paste it in our link. So now we have some links, which is really cool. That's what they like to see. For now we need a CTA, a call to action. For more home improvement ideas, check out my free booklet on home improvements that can help you sell faster. Or contact me below. I'm ready to help. Now we're going to put in a button right there. And it should come up with your default website colors. If it doesn't, you can always go, we're going to go to settings and say, contact me. And you can go to design if you want to change the color of it. We don't need to. His is all set up. And then we're going to go to, oops, wrong site. Let's go to his contact page. And copy. And we're going to paste that link in there and hit save. And now, before we do anything else, we're going to go over here to our settings and make sure that Eric is or yourself is the writer. We're going to copy and paste the first, I always just do the first sentence as the excerpt. And if you do like a multiple part blog where you post part one this week and part two next week, You can link those together. So those would be here if you want to do that. All the posts would show up on the homepage. Unless you wanted featured posts only to show up there. And right now, I mean, I set it so all of them show up. The most recent two or three show up or four. So you don't need to click that. You can allow commenting. And then we're going to go over here to categories. Oops, we got to put in the alt text here. We're going to say mobile phone with smart home app. And then we're going to go to categories. And I'd like to stick to 6 different categories. And I always say do sellers, buyers, depending on what industry you're in. Let's see. You can say local market. You can have different ones. But again, try to keep it to 6, very broad. Local events. Um, So the only one this really works in, and this is for sellers. This one is for sellers. So we're going to unclick those. You only need to create these one time. Once you create them, they're done. And now we're going to go to the tags. And if you're my client, I have given you your SEO tags. Let me pull up Eric's tags here. So I'm going to copy his keywords or tags over. And yeah, it's about 15 or 17, depending on where they are. Now what we're going to do is put in a couple tags that relate to this specific post. We're going to put in smart home. Sorry, I'm going to capitalize it. Smart home technology. Home improvements. Home repairs. Home sell your home faster. Okay. So that gives us 19. You can go up to 30, which is fine. Do what you want, but that's plenty. So now we're going to go to our SEO. And we're going to make sure we have all green check marks, and we do. So if there is anything that is not checked green, fix it. Like if we didn't have the alt text in for the images, it would be a red exclamation here. So we would have to fix that. So it looks like we're good to go. Our focus keywords are Roseville Realtor, because that's where he works. And it wants me to put it in the title. It's asking for it, so I'm going to do it. You don't have to do that. Um, let's go ahead and put in I don't usually add it to the URL slug, so I wouldn't worry about that one too much. You can do it. Make sure you don't have any there. And hit apply. It's asking for it, so I'm going to go ahead and do it to show you what it's. Now I've got everything green. So we are good to go on the SEO assistant. You could put in something different here, like smart home technology. That would have been perfectly fine. It didn't have to be Roseville Realtor. And we don't monetize and we don't translate. We've got the basics here. So we are good to go. I really don't want this all capitalized. So sorry, I'm gonna fix this. There. And it puts in the rest of your meta description, which is perfect. And so we're good to go right here. So all we're going to do now is go up to publish. So notice if I hit these three little dots, I can either hit publish, I can hit preview. Preview lets us see what it's going to look on your website, see how it's going to look. And it's always good to review that. This is what it's going to look like. Looks good. Good job. Okay. But if we go, let's go back to editing. If you go to the three little dots, you can say save as a draft or schedule post. Now, what I recommend is to publish now. And then if I did say 2 or 3 more, so I have one a week for the whole month, I can do 4 at a time. I schedule those out. And you can schedule those out on what day and what time that you want them. And if you have an hour to sit down and just do this and get the whole month out of the way, that's perfect. And we're going to say publish. There we go. Now, once we publish, it's going to come up with create an email campaign, create post with AI, and or create an ad campaign. Right now, we're not going to do any of those. You can also send it directly to your social media post this way. If I put it in, it's going to go to my Facebook and not his. But I just want you to see what it's going to look like on Facebook. It's going to look really good. So don't hesitate to do that. And you always want to make sure that you're posting directly from your website to Facebook or Instagram or any of the others. You just have to, it's going to ask you to make sure that those are linked. If I click this, it's going to say link them. It's actually going to link mine, but which we don't want those to be linked. So I'm not going to connect them, but you can see what you have to do. Super easy. So one of the things that I like to do, and I'm going to do this very quickly, is I like to go into marketing first and go to social media marketing. And here you can create your own image in Wix, or you can do a video with Venmo. And I like to do a video. So let's say I want to do a post about an open house coming up. I can add in my images. So I'm going to add images. And I'm not going to go research these. I'm just going to pull in some images so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go to website images. Here's a living room. Here's a house. Let's see, do I have a kitchen somewhere? I'm sure I do. There's a bedroom, a bathroom, kitchen. We're just going to add some in here. Say add to. Now you can move these around however you want. I'm just going to put this one first. I'm going to have my living room, and then I'm going to add my kitchen, and I'm going to add the bedroom and my bathroom, and then that. Now you can put up to 15 photos and videos, so you can use the photos that you get. So I'm just going to say opening text is open house this weekend. New listing in Sacramento, let's say. Third text, schedule your, oh, let's do that in the closing. Schedule your private showing today. Let's say 4 beds, 3 baths, 2754 square feet. Two-story home. Whatever you want to put in there. And then you just, and like I said, you can add a lot more there. Now we're going to say next, and we're going to add a video style. I'm just going to pick this one for now. You can see what it does. You can change your colors. You can change your font. Use Playfair. Let's get rid of that color. Let's go to blue and gray. Say next. Now we can pick a some music to go on it and say, I want to make sure that we pick it so that it shows up here. There we go. Next. And make sure your stuff is in here. Let's go to the website, go to home, copy his URL, put it in here. Let's see. Let's just say your local Roseville realtor. Let's say apply and preview. And now it's going to actually create your video for you to review. Then what I'm going to have you do is, you don't have to have a video for a blog, but if you want to get more SEO out of each blog, I recommend it. And it's super quick and easy. You can do 5 videos a month on your core plan that you have. If you want to upgrade that, you can upgrade that. I think I paid $10 or $12 a month for to do 20 videos a month, which I don't do. Now we can watch it. You can see how simple and creative. Now we're going to say save and share. Now it's going to put it on your media library, and I'll show you where that is. It will be saved in the video maker and the media manager. It always takes a minute because it's rendering now we want to download the file. So we're going to download the file. And let's see, let's put it in Eric's file. Okay. Then you're going to go to your YouTube and go to make sure you have your channel on, view your channel. Now we're going to say upload video, select our file. Let's go to Eric's file. I hope you're understanding. I know it's a lot when I'm moving around, but let's go get that file. Let's find here it is, MP4. And you can, in Canva, you can create a thumbnail if you'd like and add it. But I'm just going to go ahead. It's going to pull up your defaults in here. It's going to, let's say, Main Street, USA. And you're going to put it in your listing. And if you want to have a new playlist that's called my listings, you can do that. And we're going to put it there and we're going to say next. And we're going to say next. Should be all we have to do. And it will pull it in. So see, there's no copyright issues found or anything like that. Next. It's public. Publish. Now you can copy this. And when you do your blog, we're just going to go back to the blog here and go to, we had one that was, let's go to this draft one here that I had. You can create a new one. So we're going to delete this image real quick. We're going to say new listing in Sacramento on Main Street, USA. Okay. We're going to add our video. We're going to paste that in there. You can see there it is right there. You can also make this completely horizontal. When you're creating your video, you want to make sure you set the size of it, and I didn't. So it turned out square, which I shouldn't have done, but it's all right. You can fix it. You can do it however you want it. And then I would just cut and paste my property description on here so that you have that. You can also, one of the things that I also like to do is I don't remember what I put as square footage. And then put in the property description. Uh, Let me just grab one. I'm just doing this to demonstrate. You can see, and I just pasted it in there. So now you can edit this. If you wanted to also put in, if you wanted to make those um, line center, you can also make them really large or in bold or whatever color you want. See what you can do. And then you can also put in your button at the end to schedule an appointment, whatever you want to do. Also, if you wanted to put in, let me just go put it in here. You can add a gallery, for example. Now, if I want to add a gallery, I can put in, I'm just going to grab some whatever images I've got here. Um, let's see, let's try to grab some of the same ones we had. Um, Where's the kitchen? Kitchen. Cool. That's enough. Okay. So we can also change that to thumbnails. And then that way it shows your primary and then they can look at it that way. So you can actually put in quite a few of them. And then of course, put in your call to action with a button. And then when you post this, I'm not going to post this. I'm going to just go back here because this is not a house for sale. So it's going to stay in the drafts right here. But you can see that now that we can go to his website and go to his blog, and you can see there we go. His smart home technology one is already here. You can see what it looks like. You can push it out to Facebook from here, or LinkedIn or Twitter or whatever, and so can your visitors that or viewers that read it. They can comment on it so you can see what it looks like. But the cool thing when you do this is that now you want to also take this title. And again, I'm just going to use mine. So I'm going to go to my Google Apps. I'm going to go to my business profile. And I'm going to create a post. So I'm going to say add a post. I'm going to put in my title. Oops, let's go back here. I'm going to probably just put in the first part of that. Actually, let's get back over here. And you can see it goes up to 1,500 words. Now we're going to select our image, and we're just going to pick any image. just for demonstration. Put that in. And then we're going to say a button, and we're going to add our button to this post. So we're going to click the URL for that. Oops. And we're going to put it in here. Learn more. And we're going to say post. Now notice you can schedule it. So again, if you want to do like the whole month worth, you can do that and say post. Now, while that's posting, it's going to take a moment for it to post, but it's going to be right here. Right there. And it's going to show right here. Now we're going to go to our channel and go to our content. Well, let's go to our home page. There we go. Notice there's posts again right here. So again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to post it right here. So first we're going to put in an image. I'm just going to put in anything because it doesn't really matter. Just give me a house. Okay, we'll just use that. And we're going to put in our blog post. Oops. Oops. And then we put in our image. That's what happened. It doesn't matter. Let's just put anything in there. And the thing of it is here is it doesn't give you a button. So I'm going to put it in a couple lines, and I'm going to go to your smart home technology post, and I'm going to go back over here, and I'm going to put the link in, and then I'm going to say post. So now you're going to be able to see your posts in here. And whether or not anybody ever reads this, it doesn't matter because Google owns YouTube, and the fact that you just posted something in there can help you gain SEO. So now we've got to use your post in a newsletter or in a social media, and then that will give you 5 stars. So that's how you do it. I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and hopefully that will help you. You can also reach out if you have any questions, but try to follow this as much as possible, and you should do just fine. Have a great day, guys.